Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Well, we've got a day ahead of us. So, I feel like I've forgotten something, but I think we're all good. Let's go over to the charts here. So we had a pretty strong uptrend day yesterday. You can see here, this move up in ZN really just blew out everything down in here. It was a real move. But here's the problem. We've kind of been balanced around this 130 area or so for a while. So they didn't necessarily get to the point where it was like a game on for highs of the year yet. Especially when we look at the E-mini. You can see that 3,000 level. We didn't touch it. In fact, there was a really strong rally towards the end of the session. Maybe just short closing, but that's where we're at. So, in 15 minutes, we will have news. We will have the NonFarms, and that's going to be very telling. I suspect. Let me come over here. Let me show you guys the numbers. Let's refresh this. So yeah, okay. So on our numbers, we're looking for a non-farm employment change of 90K versus a previous of 136. The number that we are expecting is already low because of the GM strike. All right. That wouldn't be terribly surprised if we come out and we're less than that or more than that. Unemployment rate is expected to tick up to 3.6 versus a previous of 3.5. And then average hourly earnings is expected to be spot 3 versus a previous reading of spot 0. Now recall that last time we expected to get spot 3 and we got 0. Okay. So I wouldn't, so we could end up getting a reading below spot 3, and that could move treasuries up. In fact, I think that that is the likely scenario. And we're also, this 13, by the way, seems to be like the resistance level. If they start holding a bit above that, then that could upset some people. We'll just say it that way, right? ISM manufacturing PMI is also a critical number. We're expecting a negative reading of 49 versus a previous of 47.8. Remember these numbers, it's a diffusion index. 50 is neutral, below 50 is negative, right? And construction spending and all these, a bunch of other stuff that we don't necessarily care about. A couple of FOMC members speaking. Okay, but this PMI number and these average hourly earnings numbers are going to be really important. And depending on what we get, we could get a really strong rush up in treasuries. And we could see the E-mini below 3,000. Is that right? 3,000. I was like, is that 3,000 or is it 30,000? No, it's 3,000. What's this that I'm reading here about Brexit? UK election Conservative Party chairman says vote for Breakfast Party risks Labour victory. Tory organizers at county level are already privately agreeing local deals with the Brexit Party. Farage claims central office is already losing control over all this. Okay, they pushed over that 13 quite strong. Wow. By the way, why don't we still have that up? But we need this. I want to Discord over here. Oh, you know what? I never turned on the robot. I don't know if you guys are there anyways. Where are we? Stream. Yeah, we got a few. It's a little quiet. Uzi says, happy pay all the bills day. Most of my bills are due in the second half of the month. And good morning. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Oh, gosh dang it. I was listening to music yesterday, and I changed the sound card settings. Let's do that again.
Uzi Knesset says in good morning grinning face with big eyes. Wimmer Kevin says, hey, what are spread candles?
Oh, where did you see that? You're not supposed to be able to see that. Oh, you can see that because it's on the chart. Okay, so spread candles is just my indicator that shows you a spread, but it shows you with candles. And it's a little weird. I should minimize this. Actually, I'm going to go back to the main screen. How to explain. Okay, so there's kind of a little weird thing with spreads, right? Okay, spread is front month minus back month, right? Front month times a certain multiplier. So for instance, when we do the NOD spread, it'll be, and we wanted to go short the NOB spread, we would sell 3 ZN and we would buy 1 ZB. Okay?
Uzi Knesset says it's another one of his great secrets he's gonna try and sell down the line face with tongue.
No. Not quite. So here's the thing. If I zoom this chart out, okay? If we were to say what was the knob spread over the duration of an hour and we wanted to draw a candle, you know, with the high, low, open, close, etc., etc., etc.
Kaka Silva says hi.
Hey, Kaka. How would we determine that, right? Well, we could take, like, say this is a close, and we could say, okay, the current price, 14 times 3 minus 18, right? But technically, within that time frame, if you did it at different times, you could get something slightly different, right? Because you could take the high of this one, you could sell the high of this one and buy the low of this one, and you would get like a much
Wimmer Kevin
further.
Says spread candles now for free with this forex broker because the best traders trade forex.
No, can you even really do spreads on forex? Like they're buying at 14, man. Ugh. I really want to buy this, but I'm really hesitant. I don't want to take. First of all, I don't want to take that kind of risk going ahead of NonFarms. But second of all, I'm a little off because I woke up and I forgot to go to the pharmacy and get my Strattera. So I don't have my Strattera. I have my Adderall, but
Algo Lover says GM, there goes 130 on ZN thumbs up.
Anyways,
Uzi Knesset says they try and abate people into getting boned at 830 lol.
Maybe. It's a little weird. Well, here's the thing. That 13 was a key level, right? They couldn't get over it yesterday.
Uzi Knesset says 8:30 a.m. Sorry.
Look at the chart. They got to 130 and they couldn't hold a bid of above it, and then they came back down. And now today, they come in and there's an attack. When they hit 130 the first time, they sold it back down pretty hard, and now you're starting to get stops. So you're seeing a little bit of a stop run higher ahead of the 8:30 news. Man, could they be baiting people into getting screwed over off of the news being good? I don't know. But I'm not going to take the risk. I suspect, though.
Wimmer Kevin says, do you also have holiday today? In Germany, it's All Saints Day.
We still have work. I still have work. I think the kids got the day off. I think because they weren't telling me to take the kids to school. They were going to go to their dad's house. So I believe that the kids got the day off. Day after Halloween or whatever. But not me. I have to work today. I could maybe take it off. I need to go and check how many vacation days I have because I don't like taking the day off, and I usually only take it off for like doctor stuff. Although I had to take a bunch of days off because of my car, so maybe I don't have as many days off. But usually I have a ton of days off at the end of the year that I have to like burn or lose. I need to check that. Anyways, you guys didn't let me finish on the spread candles thing. Man, guys. Jeez. Well, anyways, I guess the gist of what I'm trying to say with the spread candles is that it takes like the most extremes of it to determine what the spread should actually be. So it takes like when it's calculating the high, it'll calculate the high of these two. Both, the highest in this time frame that this touched, and the low will be the lowest of this time frame that this touched, and it won't do like the highest of this one and the lowest of this one, which, within a bar, it's extremely unlikely with treasuries, but it could happen. There could be a move where this moves up and this moves down, and the knob spread will have moved much further than my spread candles actually show. Makes sense? Although if that was the case, then hopefully at that point the close would be near the extreme, and then it would show the close down there. So that's kind of the weird caveat with spread candles, is there's kind of these little nuances about how you calculate it when all sorts of stuff could have been happening in the inside of it, and you're not going to calculate. You only have the open, low, high, close values. You know what I mean?
Wimmer Kevin says, and you created it yourself? Wish I could program too. Had so many ideas to customize my Sierra charts, lol.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get into Sierra charts. I have to write another article, and then I might have some time this weekend to work with Sierra charts. So I did not realize, but my wife is going to be gone tonight again. So unless Ace is available to meet up, I'm probably going to be doing some of that. Probably will write my article first. They're just running, man. Like when they're moving like that, going into a piece of news, that can be really. They could run. That number, man, spot 3. It's a little curious to me that they're looking for spot 3. Well, I'm not gonna trade it live until it calms down after the news first. So let's just kind of see what it does.
Wimmer Kevin says, if you want a chart template, got one from TTT and customized it. Getting into Sierra is annoying though, lol. Dojo says I use either a line chart or candles without wicks.
Yeah, well, see, I have another version of my knob spread that is just the close value, which works pretty good for your intraday charts, right? But when you do that one in NinjaTrader, if you use that, I have it posted places. It's in the Discord. You can download it on the Discord, I believe. What you'll get is it won't load the ZT because ZT starts at different time and stuff. Okay, there's the poll. 10 seconds. Ouch. Oof. Ouch. Payroll's 128K versus 90K expected. But what is the average hourly earnings? What is the average hourly earnings? Spot 2. I think that they're being a little bit too hasty selling it like that, to be honest. I'm going to put a sim order in here. Well, it was working a little bit. Click, click, bids. But they're far away. Guess not. Okay. I was like, it's not going away.
Uzi Knesset says big yikes.
Right? So I wonder, how much buying was buying into it? $132 to $153. Yeah, those is a lot of contracts that got screwed over there, I think. Okay, I'm seeing some big guys. So there might be a reversal here. Should have known better on that last trade. 0.4 half. I'm also wondering the way this coming back seems a little, well, I mean, they're trading decent amount there. Just seems a little fast. This kind of feels to me like okay, we do a pullback and then we push it down and everybody panics and like, oh no, there's more, and they sell.
Kevin says, is it possible to post a screenshot, link to screenshot here? Wanted to post the Sierra template if you are interested.
So there's no way to post screenshots in YouTube. You can use an external program and like link it and put spaces in the URL. But on the Discord, you can upload pictures. And that's really the best way to do it. The Discord, I tell you what, guys, I know most of you guys in YouTube don't really use the Discord, but the Discord is so cool. And there are best traders down there. John and Alligator there every day are so good. It's so good on treasuries. So now there's a decent amount being absorbed at 0.5. See, that's kind of what I thought, that they would make a new low, but this is where I'm a little cautious, is like, were they trying to get everybody to FOMO in? See, they don't seem to be, well, they're fighting too hard. You see, that might be a buy, but is certainly clicking. Okay. So I'm not sure, probably better to just stay out, right?
Wimmer Kevin says sent you a private message in Discord. Uzi Knesset says yay, Trump moved to my state, grinning squinting face.
Trump moved to your state. Okay, so here's on Discord. I see the message. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. That's your Sierra charts?
Uzi Knesset says yeah, Palm Beach.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about your Dom, but your charts look okay. I like the volume profile you got going there. This looks cool. See, if you say something in one of the main channels, I can give you permissions, and then you can post in the downloads channel.
Wimmer Kevin says yeah, that is a basic template. I know several EOL who used it and customized it to their needs.
Because there's a couple of...
Wimmer Kevin says asterisk people.
Yeah. Where is my downloads channel? There it is. See, somebody here put had a template called Dark Chart Book. But yeah, there's tons of downloads on there. So I want to buy it, but I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. It's telling me I should. There was some big revisions too, apparently. So I think part of what's making me hesitate here is that it's clicking on both up and down ticks. And if there's revisions, man. Huge October payrolls beat 128 jobs added as black unemployment rate hits all-time low. With revisions, employment gains in August and September combined were 95,000 more than previously reported. After revisions, jobs gains have averaged 176,000 over the last 3 months. That's insane. Well, they're kind of ticking up.
Alga Lover says filling some air, thinking face.
No, I'm trying to price this in my head. Like, the thing is that the market action in the past 3 months has not been, like, incredibly positive. Here's Donald Trump tweeting, Chicago will never stop its crime wave with the current superintendent of police. It just won't happen. Thank you to Kevin Graham and all of the great Chicago police officers. I just had the privilege to meet tremendous crime-fighting potential if allowed to do your thing.
Alga Lover says don't watch the flow face with rolling eyes.
You say don't watch the flow? Well, I think you're saying that we busted 13 and it should be that was a failure of 13 and that it's a short, right? It's just, they're telling me reverse at 130. But I'm kind of sitting here going, well, yeah, well, that is a good reversal. Okay. Maybe you got 5 ticks out of it. Is this really the right call to step in front of the...
No, I said don't try to price in her head thinking face.
Oh. What, do we really want to stand in front of this momentum? Essentially. Because my first thought is, well, the number is good.
Says you at the bottom of the range. Buying is low risk, even if you're wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, although the probability risk that you're taking is a little sketchy when there's that strong of a downtrend, you know? Price risk, sure. Great. 4 ticks. Was worth 4 ticks. But I'm just thinking, you know, the market action over the past 3 months was not good, and for the numbers to be revised that much higher is really shocking.
Uzi Knesset says it's an NFP candle. It'll retrace the whole thing, Lolo.
Right? You would think, but the thing that is giving me pause here is that the hourly earnings number was low again. It was spot 2. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like a 0, but it was spot 2. And that means that the Federal Reserve is still not getting inflation. So that's not necessarily a sell for treasuries, right? So the news is a little bit conflicting. People always listen to the jobs number. Okay, the jobs number is important. No doubt about it. But for treasuries, that average hourly earnings number is probably just as important, because that's telling you future inflation. If people aren't making more money, then you're not going to get inflation, because they're just not going to be able to pay for higher prices. So that's when I'm like, okay, look, all of these guys were going long, betting on it being a bad number, and they were totally wrong. That's part of why we moved down so hard. But do you actually want to reverse it? And we still got this ISM number, right? When is the ISM number? The ISM number is at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So it's far enough away that... I don't know. Well, I think that the opportunity is already passed, and it's already giving me another outsized move candle that I can't
Algo Lover
tell.
says if they get it back above 130.040, then you get squeeze. If not, then anticipate lower into 129.295 nerd face.
Now those are interesting spots that you mentioned. Where would you get the 04? Well, I can see that spot from 04 right there. They're certainly slowing down there, aren't they? And in fact, running into a sell iceberg at 35, at 035.
Algo Lover says watch the flow, nothing else face with rolling eyes.
Well, I think I got a handle on all of the news. I'm just, I want to wait for the right trade, you know? I don't know if this is it, because I'm definitely seeing a spike here. But given the context, it's hard for me to know if it's a continuation or reversal.
2.2 points from a month earlier to 47.3, and the employment index dropped 1.1 points to 46.3. In addition, the inventories index slumped 3 points to 46.9. Algo Lover says 8:16 a.m. Algo Lover S. If buyers hold a pullback above 3035.25, then 3048 target. If 35.25 breaks before that target trades, then anticipate a deeper pullback. Nerd face done okay hand.
Yeah, that one was good. Although, not really one that I would...
Winstanza Mom says good morning after Halloween. I am listening today. Hello, and please hit like.
Thank you. By the way, do I still have that article in there? I'm going to post it one more time. Got this article that I helped Matt over at Optimus Futures, right? And he's trying to get more participation on his little WordPress blog over there. So if you guys could go and read that and post a comment over there, he would really appreciate it.
Winstanzamom says listening not participating today and your date needs to be changed.
Oh, yes, thank you. We should change this to 1 November. NonFarms. NonFarms Crazy Bee. If you guys have a suggestion for a better title, let me know. Okay, well, there's over 04 for you.
Alga Lover says 130.040 trading, thinking face.
Yeah. So see there where I was saying it's like, this one is hard. I don't have an order flow read on it. I'm not seeing any aberrations either. Just that a ton of people placed orders here. A ton of orders were, well, not that. Actually, it was only over 20,000. Still. I can't tell until it breaks. When it moves out of this area, then I could maybe make a move. Fed has shovel, big deeper hole, says zero hedge. Because they didn't lower faster. The Fed has made a fatal mistake in first promoting fiscal actions during the '08 crash and then continuing to support them well after the bottom in 2009. This allowed Barack Obama to run $1 trillion deficits for years, and once he did so, push
Alga
policies...
Lover says Uzi had it nailed from a risk-reward perspective. Okay hand.
Push policies that were economically bankrupt and got them embedded. It was faced with the reality of the creature of its own design. It appears that Yellen thought she could leave her office with a belated goodbye of normalization after having been complicit herself and evade the impending blowup, at least until after her chair cooled off from her ugly butt sitting on the same. She was wrong. Powell not only ratified Bernanke's policy, he doubled down on his and Yellen's insanity. Instead of pumping up the middle finger when Donald Trump was elected by supporting Trump's crazy deficit spending ramp, he managed to stick 30% on the market. I don't know. They're kind of talking about a bunch of stuff that I don't think matters. New York Fed takes $73.1 billion of securities in overnight repo operation. They're still pumping out the same amount of money. That's curious. Well, is it gonna sell here?
Uzi Knesset says overnight repo my car.
It's a little too easy. I think I wait again. This drop right here might be a trap. Well, it's taken okay.
Uzi Knesset says it's easy till you enter, then it becomes hard LMAO.
Right? I don't know why, but I'm just terrified of this. I'm still really uncertain about where this goes. Here's the thing. That was good news for sure. Should we oh geez, that says they're saying short it. Why would he have to stack like that there though? That's a little weird. He's telling you to short it. Like, people aren't doing it. Come on, sell it. There you go. I don't know. You can't win if you don't play.
Says you can only control how much money you lose, brother. Can't win if ya don't play.
I don't like the entry. Like that one right there bothers me greatly. See that? Okay. So I saw a short signal. I thought it suspicious. They bought it up too easily.
Algo Lover says sellers may attempt to cap this bounce below 130.090 as they bid him up, so you can wait. Okay hand.
Yeah. Okay, well, a buyer definitely played something there and is fighting the pushback. So I don't know if this is like a really good
Algo
probability
Lover says
trade, but I like it so far.
Algo Lover, CL if buyers sustain bid above 54.25, then 55 target. If 54.25 breaks before trading up, then anticipate a deeper pullback. Nerd face.
Would like to see that 04 just flip on us, please. It's close. The 5-year is close to doing it too. Come on. And there's good stacking underneath of it too. Algo Lover says CL is almost done.
Says CL done, almost so okay hand.
That was a good up move in CL. Oh, look at how much he's... I've got an iceberg behind me too. I would much rather just see 04 go bid. See, that 5-year is not... That 02 quarter is not pulling away. They're kind of a little bit, they're not all in agreement. So okay. Ooh, what? Okay, so 04 went bid, hardly anything trading, and 04 half pulls. Yeah. I think I caught a good trade here, guys. I'm really happy about that. They're taking a lot longer than I thought they would, but that is exactly what I would like to see happen. They don't hold it. Come on.
Uzi Knesset says would have been better closer to the low face with tongue.
Well, that certainly would have been better to take 130, but I didn't really get as actionable of a signal, right? That one where we saw there was a reversal and then they came down and oh man. Well, hold on. We'll discuss why I took it there a little bit later. I think I need to focus here a little bit longer. So it's still, there's this 02 3/4 in the way now in the 5-year.
Algo Lover says they are bidding, but watch it close face with rolling eyes.
Yeah. Well, we're still in a little bit of a conflict area.
Uzi Knesset says it's the retail curse MUH dude. We're always late because of fear, even if by a wee bit, lol.
I don't know. I'm always early is the thing. I always feel like I'm early. So I'm just saying, when we came down to the low, okay, there was a little bit of a signal. You see, it was over 1,000. That's a little tepid. But sure, we could take that when it came up. But then we came up here and it's saying reversal again. Okay. So you're going to go for the low. And then they came down only a few ticks. And somebody does the big stack. Why would they do it there? Was my thought, is like, well, you've got the momentum. Why do you need to stack? And then they flipped it. As soon as they flipped it, that's when I bought it. And look at the stack now at 0.3 That is I understand the risk reward down at 130 is good, everything. But in terms of like the probability of that trade working out, seeing something like that happen and then fail and reverse is so much better of a trade in my perspective. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. And like I said, hourly earnings was low. And how many times have we seen this where the treasuries will move first based off of what the headline number was, and then later we'll retrace it based off of what the average hourly earnings number was? Seen that many times, haven't we? So I'm happy with it so far. Let's move this. Now that 06 is putting up a stink, so.
Uzi Knesset says shoop da whoop.
Yep. I could just take the 4.
Wimmer Kevin says gold is doing the same. Falling and now retracing, but was too volatile for me.
Yeah, let me look. Oh yeah. They're following us. Almost tick for tick.
Algo Lover says watch it as they bid into 130.0750K hand.
Yeah, totally. Well, there was some noise there yesterday, right? Right now, though, that 06 is kind of saying he doesn't want to get out of the way for us. So if the buyer really wants to push it back up to like
Algo Lover
09.
says not watching yesterday, watching right now, face with tears of joy.
Well, so right now this 06 seems like he doesn't want to get out of the way. I think he wants to be filled, so they might have to tinker with it and go up and get him. But that 07 half, not only was it a key area yesterday, but they've been tinkering with it for weeks. It's been a key area for weeks. That we have a point of control at 09 is a little bullish, but probably irrelevant just because, you know, news and all that.
Algo Lover says it'll go okay hand. Wimmer Kevin says I am really a fan of your quick break even when it's so volatile. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, you can always re-enter and won't lose money except commissions.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing that's so great about a trade like the one that I took was that after I took that price, he's stacked on top of me. So you can literally just try and catch the edge of it and then bail if there's some sort of a double cross, which I've only seen a handful of times, but does happen. He's bidding it up like they want to try and assault it now.
Algo Lover says gotta run, HAGD. Thumbs up.
Okay, have a good one. It seems like somebody doesn't want it to go. But look, the buyer's holding it and throwing them back up into 05 half. Oh, the 5 years. Okay. Okay. It's going to say the 5-year ticked up and they're waiting on the 10 and the 30. Okay. Now it's going. Okay, now 06. They're trading into it. Oh, good. Very good. So that's great, but I'm still concerned about 07.5, right? Gold also made a new swing high.
Wimmer
Do
Kevin
bonds and
says
gold
gold
always
also
run in
made new
sync?
swing high. Do bonds and gold always run in sync during economic news?
Sometimes. So I would say generally speaking, yes, but sorry. I have a bunch of thoughts going through my head. That's interesting that they're doing this. 06 half at 18. Oh, now he pulls. 5-year up. Clicks. Holds. Okay. It looks to me like they're encountering a little bit of resistance, but the buyers are still kind of in control and trying to push it around. So the case where you're going to see them diverge is when the piece of news causes some investors to how do I say, like, lose confidence in the dollar. It's like the dollar bears come in and say, no, see, eventually all fiat currencies are going to go away, and you guys are all foolish, and your money's going to be worth nothing someday. You know, these kinds of guys. So when the economic news is as such as that, you could see situations where the dollar is the treasuries are going down because they say this is good for the economy, and gold goes up because of the skeptics.
Uzi Knesset says got a nice little dip in activity from the quick move down. Markets should probe those for interest.
Okay, so there's 07. Okay. They're waiting on the 5. 04 1/4. He sold 04. 1900 absorbed there, in fact. So that's not good. Another click.
Wimmer Kevin says you're having a really good week, Seth, at least when I was watching lol.
Yeah, I know I have had a good week. I've taken a lot of good trades. Not all of those were live, but yeah, I've been doing good. I'm really glad that last week and the week before that, I hardly took any trades. I did a really good job of recognizing when the market was in our favor and when it was not. Okay. So this is bothering me a little bit. Yeah, it's bothering me a lot. So the way that I would describe this is they bid up to 07. Okay. The way that they're doing this, there might actually be some upward continuation, but it's really hard to tell based on the way that the 5-year is trading. So the 10-year ticked up at 07, and nobody hit 07 half. And then when they sold down, the seller did so pretty aggressively. So it may be the case that the buyer is just kind of biding their time and is still in control. They're certainly absorbing a lot at 06. But that is kind of like a lack of interest and change in momentum for sure. And not getting filled at 06.5 is not necessarily a good sign. So you see that they actually tried to bid it up there at 06 aggressively and it didn't hold. This is the 5 years just coming back quick. Okay. 5 year ticks up.
Ace Trade says I want to short 3049.00.
Is it going to give you a signal there? Well, that would be interesting. I think one of the big risks, the thing that's interesting about this, Treasury is selling so hard, and I think that they sold as hard as they did because way too many people went long ahead of the news. He says the energy is up. Okay.
Ace Trade says but the energy is up.
You see this, they're trying to squeeze it. Should have just market sold. So it's coming back down. It's come back against me far enough that I would really like to get out somewhere around here, but if buyers start taking it again, then I really want to hold it. The thought I was having before all of that was, the big risk here is still that ISM number. And what happens if that ISM number is bad? Then you could have an even crazier move up. And if the buyer continues to buy here, we could have a lot of room to be able to hold it. But it's a little sketch. It's a little sketch. I don't know what the 5 year's doing here. Okay. I'm feeling the pressure though. Oh, okay, good uptick again. Oh, oh, oh. But see, here's its bid. One order went into 07. 040 is weak in the 5 year and they're not hitting it yet. I mean, I almost can guarantee you they're going to hit that and there's going to be an iceberg in more than 300 trade. If they tick that up with less than 400, then I'm going to be shocked. Okay, there's the 5 year ticks up. I don't see it. Font. Sorry, the 30 year. It's like they're waiting on the 30 year. Is the knob spread moving up? Knob spread is kind of in an uncertain spot. You're on a little bit of a wild ride if you're in the knob spread right now. Nah, humbug.
Wimmer Kevin says okay Seth, take profit with one lot and let the other one run.
Yeah.
Just kidding, but that would be the dream in the future, right?
Right. I think that's exactly what we would have wanted to do there, is take it off at like 06.5 or something. It's just you've got a really sketchy area here. So like he brings it up there, and then it doesn't go. Okay, four is fine. I can live with 4.
Ellingson Company says there is a 30-minute level at 04 on the 5s.
Ellingson, that is a new name. Thank you for your comment. At 04 on the 5s. Yeah. This is really weird at 04, isn't it? Well, that's interesting. I bought at 03 half. Notice that the big order is not there anymore. So, I don't know. The thing is, if I look at my my footprint chart on the 10-year, I can see about 5,000 traded on both sides of 06, which is really probably where I should have tried to take it. But then
Ellingson Company says it's the overnight low.
it's the overnight low. Let's reset my DOM. Let's load my levels
Ace
into
Trade
my DOM.
says glad I didn't short.
He says, yeah, it did go higher, didn't it? Oh, I don't know why it doesn't say that low for me. We're still below the opening range low. That's curious. I just like the thing is this move up, okay, was started with I don't want to say fishy action, but kind of weird action, right? And so you would think that's a big buyer that's willing to buy it up quite a bit. But then he comes up to 07 and it just kind of, the interest just kind of disappears. So at that point, I don't know what to make of it, right? That's certainly a short-term pivot at the very least. Is it the buyers have completely run out of steam? Or is he just kind of biding his time and trying to take some profits there and then buy up a little bit more down here so that he can push it higher eventually? And I'm not sure. I would not think that he would be looking to be taking like a huge trade going into the ES Open. They still have a little bit of time. I don't know. So I took 03 half to 05 half. See, I really should have waited for the one more, but it was stressing me out a little bit, guys. It was a good trade either way, right? I'm still really happy with it. And up until the point that it got to 07, I felt that I managed the trade really well. When it got to 07 and they weren't hitting it, I should have been a little bit more proactive at that point. Could have gotten another 3 ticks out of it, but that's okay.
Uzi Knesset says, was it live? Sounds like it.
Yeah, it was live. You can tell because when I take a live one on the treasuries these days, I'm so much more nervous. I used to be, man. It used to be the opposite, right? It used to be that when I was taking a trade in the treasuries, I was so scared because
Uzi Knesset says you're also more reflective.
yeah, my edge in the E-mini just is not as good, in my opinion, right? There are some spots that I can kind of see it and everything, and Ace definitely helps. Like when I come in and I feel like I want to take a trade, and Ace comes in and he reads one out, then I'm like, okay, sure, let's try it. And I'm only trading one line, and so it's like if it goes and I lose $10, like no big deal.
Winstanzamom says survive to trade another day.
Yeah.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Good morning, Ace Trades. I am listening, not playing along today.
But the that really bad day that we had 2 weeks ago.
Kevin says better safe than sorry. In Germany we have a saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah, they say that in English
Trade
too.
says at Winstanzamam morning my heart.
Wait, is that phrase in German sound better, like language-wise in German? Or, because I'm wondering where it originated from now.
Winstanzamam says ditto. Uzi Knesset says I've been playing a game internally ever since you first told us that you switch between sim and live. Is Seth trading live? Lol. Look at your behavior, speech pattern, and reaction to winning.
Yeah, or losing.
Uzi Knesset says or losing.
Yeah, because when I lose, it's really hard to talk.
Kevin says well I prefer the German version, lieber den Spatz in der Hand als die Taube auf dem Dach.
Huh. Yeah, it does. I mean, I have no clue the etymology of that, but it sounds better to my ears.
Uzi Knesset says I mean, frankly, you react the way most of us do lol.
Yeah, that's probably true. I don't know. Like, the thing is that when I first start doing it, like, I have this crazy cycle, and it is kind of the way that most people do, but I think there's one little slight difference. And that is that when I first start taking them, I'll take one and I'll get like a small winner, like I just did. You know, like I'll take it and I'll be really nervous and then I'll get a 4-tick winner. And then at that point, it's almost like I forget that I'm taking them live versus sim. It's like I just go into habit at that point. But then what happens is I'll either overextend.
Winstanzamam says rather the sparrow in the hand than the pigeon on the roof.
There you go.
Kevin says which is more like better the sparrow in the palm than the pigeon on the roof.
Oh, Kevin Wimmer, more like better the sparrow in the palm than the pigeon on the roof. And, oh, that's funny. So do you know a bit of German? When is that?
Kevin says at Winstanzamam I was faster lol.
Yeah, but the thing read is first.
Winstanzamam says lol.
I got something weird going on with my queue. I should take a look at that today and figure out what's going on. Because it seems like she doesn't always read it out exactly when I see it.
Ace Trade says at Winstanzamam how many languages do you understand? Exclamation mark.
So now it's below my price and they're stacking it. My exit price, that is.
Winstanzamam says Ace Trades I am a Google dancing queen. Ace Trades says too close to open, but wish I was long at 3049.25.
Maybe I should start keeping stats on these kinds of areas. 'Cause there's definitely a pattern that I've noticed here where you'll have a strong move up and then there will be a chop zone up at the top. And I've seen those continue and I've seen those fail. And I eventually decided that when I see an area like that, that I should just get out. But it's so hard because you want it to continue. Like, if it continues, then it's going to be great, you know? Especially if they continue, you get the 8 to 12. Like, let's say they continue to 09, and then the ISM number comes out, and the ISM number is bad, right? Like, you could get a good 20 tick trade out of this eventually, if you can hold it, but the probability is random. I have no clue if it's going to go up or not. Anyways, what was I was talking about? Yeah, what'll happen is I'll forget that I'm even trading live, and then I'll get a couple of losses, and then I start freaking out. And it seems to me that I can freak out super quickly, you know? And so I'm kind of, since that bad day, I've kind of turned it into like, if I get like a string of bad ones, then I just switch it back to sim almost immediately. And like, I'll go back and take the E-mini trades because when I combine everything together and then you put it together with a short target, those are really good probability trades, and I just kind of make up enough room
says
to.
You should just trade live all the time. If you blow the account, don't tell the audience. Just move to sim until you reload. Then no one can judge you.
Well, I mean, that's kind of part of why I don't tell you, but it's just so obvious, isn't it? But I could tell everybody that I have $100,000 account and trade 10 contracts, and I'm sure I would get a lot more viewers that way. like think about it. Well, here, I'll show you. I'll show you. So I've been doing a little bit of competition scalping lately, right?
Winstanzamam says Wimmer Kevin the origins of our phrase John Capgraves the life of Saint Catherine of Alexandria 1450 it is more secker certain a bird in your fest than to how three in the sky a buoy.
So it is originally in English.
Uzi Knesset says cuz ultimately that's what you afraid of. If I were streaming my trading, I'd honestly be more concerned with being judged by the audience than my trading. Which is why I wouldn't do it, lol.
Right? Well, okay, so here's one. So this warrior trading guy, he seems to be like the top guy in the space, really. So I kind of look at how he's doing things, right?
Wimmer Kevin says at Winstanzamam, well, he is long dead, so I clearly prefer my version, checkmate. Ace Trades says I'll fire when I am goddamn good and ready. You got that?
I wish I was long at 3049. No, so look at what he does. Okay. I turned a 1K account to 8K.
Winstanzamam says the 7th century Aramaic story of Ahakar has text that modern translations render as better as a sparrow held tight in the hand than 1,000 birds flying about in the air. Winstanzamam says Plutarch's Moralia has text that modern translations give as he is a fool who leaves things close at hand to follow what is out of reach.
He is a fool who leaves things close at hand to follow.
Uzi Knesset says his YouTube channel is very formulaic for maximum clicks.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, look here. 7 for 7. He made 7 trades and they were all winners. His whole day was green. So great. He made $1,300. He always puts in the amount, right? This one is funny. If you watch this video, volume profile analysis. Okay. How are you going to do volume profile analysis on stocks? How is he going to do this? He's got a bunch of things, and now he's doing volume profile analysis. Does that look like a volume profile to you guys?
Wimmer Kevin says I heard but thinks about this warrior guy. People said that is just a really good vendor, but often claims he got in spots where he shouldn't get the fill. Wimmer Kevin says also his backstory was kinda sketchy.
I have heard that.
Winstanzamam says 15 watching now, please hit like if you understand that Rome was not BYLT on a day, quoth he, and yet stood.
Anyways, this is about volume profile. And what is he doing? He's saying here's a chart and here's the volume, and look, here's what the volume did. That's not volume profile. What the hell? What is going on in the retail world? They think that volume profile is just reading the volume histogram at the bottom of the chart. Like, what? No. Listen, guys. And I like this guy. I like his channel, actually, to be honest. He seems like a nice guy. So I don't want to be like, oh, he's the bad guy. Don't follow him. He's totally full of shit. I'm not saying that. I'll get into that in a second.
Just from a mathematical reality perspective, the odds of a super successful trader having a YouTube channel and having started from nothing are like 1 billion to 1.
Yeah, right. Okay. Listen, warrior
Wimmer
trading.
Kevin says in market profile is reading the name of the market and then trading it.
That is a market profile. That is a volume profile chart, okay? You see this? And it's a vertical histogram showing me how much volume was traded at each price throughout the day. That's a volume profile, right? What you're showing is not a volume profile. It's not. And it kind of bothers me that you're telling retail people out there that that's a volume profile. That really bothers me. Trade futures, learn what a real volume profile is. Now, I understand you're trading stocks. You don't really get that data. Okay. But this is a volume profile. Okay. So that's the first thing, right? Just a little
Wimmer
rant
Kevin
there.
says, nah man, the other guy got clearly more views. He is right and you must be wrong. Uzi Knesset says I ain't gonna dog the guy for what he does.
So
everyone has their place in this space. I'm just doubtful of his backstory, I guess. Behind the scenes is probably pretty messy for him.
So
Ace
here,
Trade says Warrior Trading, I hate him based on his commercials alone.
does he have commercials? I don't know that. So if we come up in here to his website and we come down at the bottom, he has his earnings and broker statements. Okay. So he says, no way. He says that he started with a balance of 583 and it was worth $1 million. And he has an audited report.
Ace Trade says dresses up as Santa, St. Patrick, Easter Bunny.
Here you go. Here's his broker statement. And it tells him how he did it. All of this stuff. So you can actually see he actually did it. As far as I understand, he actually did do it. It doesn't show us the individual trades.
Ace Trade says he does stocks minimum $25,000.
Yeah. And I don't know how he started with $500 on stocks. How did that work? But you can see here he had a huge gain in that first January, 2,000%. So
Uzi Knesset says as far as I understand, I can fake the shit out of audited brokerage account statements in 20 minutes.
well, if these brokerage account statements are fake, then we should sue the fuck out of him.
Wimmer Kevin says I removed the point after the www.
You have to put like a space around all of the periods. Is what the other guys were doing. Anyways, if that's fake, then you can sue him. I think if you take his trade,
Uzi Knesset says yeah, but think about it. Who's really gonna go through that trouble?
You take trades and then you lose money, and then you could say his broker statements are false, and you could sue him. I think that they're probably accurate, but I also think that Kevin is right, that he's not
Wimmer Kevin says, well, just posted the link in the lobby.
Oh, okay. Let me look. Oh, here's a review on trading schools. Oh, awesome. Let's read what they say about him. Paste and go. Bum, 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 bum. No verified trading. The user has a zero chance of replicating.
Ben Franklin always said, if it's on the internet, it has to be true.
Anyone that trades with Ross Cameron will experience death by 1,000 cuts? Is that really? I don't know. I mean, he has broker statements on there, though, so maybe that he's put that up there since this time. 186 comments? How do I show them all?
Ace Trade says 30 to open.
What do you got to do to show the comments? Connect with, comment, search, subscribe, 1.
Wimmer Kevin says he has several accounts, should get enough money from his COAC.
Exactly. So I think that what he does is he sits there and he trades all day with multiple accounts and then cherry picks the one that does well.
Wimmer Kevin says Ching and just posts the one with winning trades lol.
Exactly. I think that's what he does.
Uzi Knesset says yeah, but here's the thing man, you have a big ass YouTube channel, you got big revenue and a trading account. Fund. His trading performance is probably pretty average.
Yeah. I mean, check this out, right? He's getting 2.1 thousand views on every one of those. And my calculations are that in the trading space, my numbers are in the trading space, 1,000 views is worth 10 to 20 bucks. So he's making like $20 to $50 on every one of those videos. And when you add it all together, what he makes in a month, he's probably making over $5,000 a month just from the channel. But anyways, the whole point of that was to say, look at what he does on his syncs. He always says, "This is how much I made." Okay, so I should come in. Is that what I should do? I should come in here.
Wimmer Kevin says because also on Reddit some people said that they could never get in where he went in. Just some calls. Yeah, I got short guys. Yeah, I am out. So he always got better results. Winstan's mom says Warrior Trading supported nearly 1 million monthly visits last month, while over 70% of their traffic derives from US 60.68% and Canadian 10.08% based visitors.
We're gonna make
Knesset says add to that selling trading courses and next thing you know, big trading account and cherry picked results. Easy.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make our
furthermore,
thing.
Approximately 19.9% of the site's traffic originates from referral, social media, and email based sources.
Oh, we need to make it way bigger.
Hey everyone, I got in earlier long at 3,040.
Oh, I can make it way bigger than that. I can make it like 192. All green, 6,250 in profits. Wow, so amazing, guys. Woo. Isn't that amazing? You want to click that, don't you? Wait, let's make it like the yellow. Yeah. Effects. Add a little bit of object outline to it, you know. Black outline, width. Oh.
Ace Trade says I do that guy. Uzi Knesset says add a few zeros on there for extra clicks lol.
Wait, why isn't it
Greg Orlovsky says profits to PTS 62.5 points. Wimmer Kevin says at Ace Trades, wow Ace, that's just a bad entry. I managed to get the low of the news dot and I am long since 38.75.
Oh, why isn't it doing it? Effects. Oh, maybe I need to put it, you know what, I did it wrong. Okay. I did it wrong. Where's my layers? Need to add a new layer. Okay.
Ace Trade says at Wimmer Kevin that is nothing. I got in long back from a decade ago at 1,102.25. Uzi Knesset says at Wimmer Kevin I don't think it Ace Trades was here when the price was that low lol.
There we go. Okay, now it's doing it. There we go. There you go. There's our new thumbnail. You think people will click that one? Do you think? Probably not. I mean, look, it's $30 an hour. It's not bad. It's not bad. We made a good trade. And you know what? We got out, and it was the right thing to get out too. Even though we probably could have made 1 or 2 ticks more. But yeah.
Greg Orlovsky says I'm still short ES from 1,200. Wimmer Kevin says well my great-great-grandfather long the S like 50 years ago, still carrying his position. At Uzi Knesset I know, I am us joking. Ace Trade says at Greg Orlovsky nice. Uzi Knesset says I genuinely think you'd get a lot more clicks if you took the negative approach, lol. People would watch just to laugh at you. Winstan's mom says I like it. You look funny, quirky and the font is in green which indicates money. Winstan's mom says and jacked. Uzi Knesset says at Wimmer Kevin I know bro, I'm just going with the joke flows lol.
Guys. You guys. So... No, Uzi might be right. Like I've noticed, there have been a couple of days where I did really badly, and a lot of people tuned in and watched. But here's the problem with that strategy: is like what happens is everybody feels sorry for you for a few days, and then they stop watching. So it is better to say, "Oh, I just do great all the time." It is. But anyways, he always puts out how much he made. But here another thing that I've noticed, you can always see his trade station in the picture. You notice that? This was why I was trying to change the thumbnail yesterday, but it didn't take. I don't understand what the deal is with that. But like, look at as if I sort by most popular. Okay, what are the most popular videos? Okay, day trading for beginners. There's a couple of beginning classes, but then here, top on 4, how to set up a simple day trading station for penny stocks.
Uzi Knesset says, hell nah man, you just gotta play it up. Get real sad, cry a bit, funny reactions. Look at Wings of Redemption. Once the biggest gameplay streamer on the platform years ago. Now big channels. Uzi Knesset says, bank of making fun of his misery lol. Ace Trade says, I have the original receipt for the purchase of Manhattan. When they traded beads and a few hatchets for it. Going to call that note in someday.
I thought that joke was pretty good when he was like, I have the original receipt for the purchase of Manhattan, but then he had to add that there was, hatchets and so forth. Oh man. Anyways, as I was saying here, one of his top videos is his day station. I haven't made a video about my trading station yet. I should, but there's still a couple of things that I want to update on it before I do that. Okay. But so you can always see that in the background. And then if I scroll down here a little bit more, where is it? There's these ones that are like, he interviews with a famous trader, and this guy has like 18 screens. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Anyways, I went back and did the research, and that was when he did the interview with that guy that had like 18 screens. That was when his channel started picking up and taking off. So the thing that is interesting about it, I guess the whole point is... Uzi
Knesset says, oh, I saw that guy before. Not Warrior Trading's interview with him, but a standalone video.
Yeah, you totally. And he trades stocks, and he'll put one chart on a screen, and he's got like 20 screens or something. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know where it is, but it's in here somewhere. I mean, I probably scrolled past it.
Uzi Knesset says, I was like, so many screens.
So many screens. Here's another video. That's one of his top. My brand new trading station. People are more interested in how to set the computer up and build the station than they are in actually trading, was my takeaway from it. That's why I wanted to change my thumbnail. Let's try and change it.
Uzi Knesset says, yeah, because you bring in the DIY pooter crowds.
Yeah, exactly.
Ace Trade says, screens are like lines on a chart. The more you have, the more money you make, obviously.
Where do I even change the thumbnail? Oh, here it is. Change thumbnail. Okay. Where did I put it? I put it in pictures, video, thumbnails, winning. Okay. Oh. Your file is not an image, or it is too big. Ah. That's what happened. Okay. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to do it over here, though. You guys don't need to see this. Up and recent, winning. Oh, because I saved it as a PNG. Yeah, that would do that. JPEG is going to be much smaller. Okay. Cool. Change thumbnail.
Ace Trade says, love how they show all these screens on their home set up, but the video shows them trading from a laptop on the beach.
Right. Uploading thumbnail. Sweet.
Uzi Knesset says, ha ha ha.
That's another thing that like really, I think is really wild, I guess, is like, we'll bring this back over here. Okay. Trolling with Ross. There's another thing was they had videos about cars, and people liked the videos about cars. See here? 2019 Mercedes-Benz G-Class first impressions.
Winston's mom says, Ace Trades, are you serious about this document? Because if you possess something historical, a fun idea is to go to a PBS Antique Roadshow event. We have had tickets before, they are just a long wait.
Oh, man.
Uzi Knesset says trading on a beach lol. I'm straight sleazy 80s trader status with my extremely sugary drink in my face hovering over an ashtray ha ha ha.
So see here, it is a laptop. It is a laptop. His trading station.
Uzi Knesset says I just need the suspenders and greasy hair lol.
He has one that's like, here's my mobile setup. Rebound day. How to set up a traveling trading station. Okay, listen guys. Two things. Number one, if you're trading futures, I would not recommend a laptop. You can use a laptop. It wouldn't be like a huge deal, but imagine like that volume spike that we had yesterday. Your laptop will not hack it.
Says at Winstanzamom no, but I have a call into Mark Hoffman. I'll get that receipt in no time.
Okay,
Might have to Google him. Kevin says one of my favorite ones is a German trading coach, Coco Petkov, trading in his Lamborghini on a laptop while driving to the gym and obviously making a huge winner.
Really?
Uzi Knesset says traveling trading station, so like a laptop. Well, hell, I'd never have thought of that LMAO.
No, man, listen. When you get a volume spike like that, my 1900X could barely handle it, okay? Your laptop will not cut it because laptops, part of what they do is they throttle the CPU and to conserve power so that it will last longer. And even if you turn off the power saving features and put it into high performance mode, it's just not powerful enough to react to all that stuff.
Looking at along at 3051.50.
They did move higher eventually. Look, I could have held that and they would have come within one tick and I would have gotten 8, but
Winstanzamom says Hoffman is especially noted for his creation of documents related to the history of the Latter-day Saint movement. Oh, Ace. How funny, and my last name is much like his.
Man. Anyways, but here's the second thing, okay? If you're on vacation, don't trade! Are you kidding me? Listen, this is stressful stuff. You need to relax. You're on vacation, be on vacation. Don't trade. Don't trade when you're away. Because number one, you're just not going to have a good setup. And number two, you're supposed to be relaxing. But this is what people like to watch, apparently.
Winstanzamom says I will have to ask if we have any naughty cousins.
Donald Trump. ISIS has a new leader. We know exactly who he is. Okay.
Ace Trade says at Winstanzamom, yeah, he scammed the local dominate religion. Uzi Knesset says when I'm on vacation, I be trading underwater during coral reef explorations while my Lambo is parked in my hotel room.
Yes, your Lambo. Listen, if I ever become a millionaire, let me start over. When I become a billionaire, I'm not going to buy a Lambo. It's just a waste. If they want to gift me one, then I guess I would be obligated to take it. But I'm not going to buy a Lambo. No way. Maybe a Ferrari, maybe a nice vintage, but not a Lambo, guys. Waste of money.
Ace Trade says at Uzi Knesset exactly. Nothing like dumping money into the worst depreciating object on the planet, lol.
Right?
Uzi Knesset says grinning squinting face.
Well, they be buying. Look at them go. I don't think I took the trade that I was supposed to. See, that's -6. That's too big of a drawdown.
Says, oh, the movie Saw has a Mark Hoffman. I don't watch that genre of movie, really.
I'm really gonna have to talk myself into that I did the right thing here because I'm feeling super
Ace
like.
Trade says multi-lots take profits. Uzi Knesset says it's more fun being a billionaire and driving a 1985 Honda Accord with a big dent in the passenger side door. Lol.
No, I want a Corolla. I have an Acura. And I really like the Acura, don't get me wrong. But I think that a Corolla is a better work vehicle.
Mom, our guy is in prison.
Sorry if you can hear me tapping. I'm like the microphone's all moving around. I'm going to buy a new stand here soon, and then you shouldn't be able to hear me type or hit the desk or anything. It'd be better. No, I think I like the gas mileage.
Knesset says net worth $25 billion. Daily driver, station wagon lol.
Yes. And honestly, if I was a billionaire, I don't think I would have a strong need to drive a car very often. I would probably stay home. If I was a billionaire, though, I think I might have to move. That's another problem. So I don't want to move.
Winstanza Mom says I have had a Corolla and I really enjoyed her. We have had sedans, of course, and I had a Honda CR-V.
Yeah, okay. You know what I did? So when we went to Denver, I told you guys the whole story about getting my passport, right? We were going to go to Canada, and I realized that my passport wasn't renewed, and we had an opportunity to go to Denver where they have a passport office and you can get it renewed same day. And they told us to go on Saturday, but on Saturday they don't have the printing press turned on. So I flew all the way to Denver and drove around to get my passport filled, and they told me that I couldn't do it. And I'm like, you realize that I flew here because your system told me to come here on this day and then I would get it filled same day. He didn't care. Anyways, that's the government for you. But we had to drive one of those like a Kia Soul, like a really boxy car. when we got to the car, I was like, really, Melissa? Why did you get a Kia Soul? It's ridiculous. Okay, but after driving in it, you know what? I would get that for my teenagers. Like if it was a kid and he was going to be driving around a lot of people and you want that headroom in the back, and it had all of the features, like it had the good sound system and it was cheap and stuff. I was really quite impressed with that car. They look stupid, but I was quite impressed with that car. Oh, here's an interesting thought. If we could switch gears for a second. Got a couple of tweets here to read.
Winstanza Mom says my daughter was a Jeep girl. Jeeps are awesomely fun and awfully scary for the parent.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I moved, so I become a billionaire, I might have to move to Park City or Alpine or something like that. Somewhere where I can be up in the mountains a little bit and have some farmland for my alpacas. That's kind of the big thing is I want some farmland for my alpacas. And if I rebuild like a new thing, I don't think that I need more room than I already have.
Ace Trade says 2 points, be back.
All right. I don't think I need more room than I already have for like living, but I would like to have like a basement area to throw large parties. And I would like to have like different rooms for different computer things. So I would like to have one room that is designed just to be a studio where I can produce music and edit videos. And then I would like to have another room that is like an office that's just like trading stations. And then I could bring people in and say, hey, you trade, you can come in. Like Ace could come in the morning. That's why we could do it in Alpine. And then we would just, we would all trade together in this room with nice trading stations, like it was a real prop shop or something.
Uzi Knesset says I'd have a room with an indoor pond in it.
A room with an indoor pond. we can put that in and then I want a big room for the parties, right? Big room for the parties with a nice sound system. Look at them putting that bid at 08.5. So here's the thing. This is the same setup that we saw that failed on the downside, right? But given the position of this one, that it is on the extreme at 09, it could be profit taking. If there is an iceberg at 09, I would be very, very careful. But this guy may just want to push it up. This one you might be able to buy. As opposed to the one on the downside that was like, why the hell would you stack there? Because there was nothing, it was only back like 4 ticks and all of a sudden, oh, this is a trend reversal, we're going to shoot it down. Nah. That one was, okay. So he ate that one. You see, somebody decided to hit him and he was willing to buy all of it. They might distribute around here a little bit, but I think that that's bullish. Anyways, there's a couple of tweets here that I want to read, so I'm going to mute you guys for a second if I can. White House Advisor Kudlow, enormous progress is being made on intellectual property theft issue, but not completed. Some progress on forced transfer of technology, but will probably slip into phase 2 of the China trade deal. Whoa. Larry Kudlow is saying that the intellectual property theft issue might be handled in phase 1. That's a big deal if I'm interpreting that piece of news correctly. Okay. There was another one. Thought there was another one. Oh yeah. So there's been a poll out of the I think it was the New Hampshire or Iowa, and Bernie Sanders was in the lead, but a key point that Mr. Nate Bronze was pointing out, a really good point, was that there's a lot of overlap between Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg voters. So if Pete Buttigieg ever picks up momentum, and I still think that he could, he might steal more voters from Elizabeth Warren, and so in the end, it would be a good thing for Bernie. So something to keep an eye on that's relevant for us. Thought that there was another one here. Zero Hedge, by the way, is like super triggered today. He is posting all sorts of stuff about how we can't just keep printing money forever and our monetary policy is too loose and all of this sort of stuff. But anyways, I'll turn you back on. Adam Schiff has taken all the power for himself. That is very unfair. There were dozens of people on this call. Yesterday's witness knew that he had no problems, nor did any of them. Facts matter, and that is why this is not about impeachment. Guy Lewis, former prosecutor, Donald Trump tweeting him of Fox News. Then he quotes Bill Hemmer. The public is watching and seeing for themselves how unfair this process is. Corrupt politicians Pelosi and Schiff are trying to take down the Republican Party. It will never happen. We will take back the House. Oh, that was his comment on the quote. Well, I'm kind of looking at this to see, okay, was there a spot that I should have taken another long at? I don't think there was. But look, they would have come within one tick, which was exactly what I was trying to avoid. Oh, they did give a buy in ZB. I don't know if I would have bought it. I think, we're going to have this news here at the top of the hour. That's pretty significant. So, in fact, I think I'm going to take a quick break to cool off, because that was a ton of chat and a good trade and lots of fun. So, yes, I'll be right back.
Winstan's mom says please excuse speculator Seth while he takes a well-deserved break. And everyone else should use a minute to drink a little water. Coffee raises your cortisol levels. Drink tea and hit like.
Coffee raises your cortisol
Greg
levels.
Orlovsky says very good win.
So while I was going to the bathroom, I had a short thought to the discussion earlier
Greg
about.
Orlovsky says cortisol and trading emotions.
Yeah, you want to reduce the cortisol, guys.
Winstanzamam says lol.
Make sure that you take plenty of fish oil so that you have the chemicals to make testosterone, because that cortisol is going to take chemicals away from what would normally be testosterone, and that's a bad cycle to be in. So you want to be able to keep everything in line. Okay, so what was that? Oh yeah, so Kevin was saying that some of the people for Warrior Trading's channel, I guess he had a channel or something, that they were claiming that he was getting in spots where they couldn't get fills. And I wonder, were they trading with the same broker? Because if it's stocks and everything, where you could get filled is going to depend partly on your broker, right? So just a quick thought there. This is Kevin Wimmer, right? I get this. So I apologize, Kevin, if I say your name wrong sometimes, because there was this guy in Utah named Carl Wimmer. Very close name. And Carl Wimmer, oh, the sad story. Do you want to hear the sad story of Carl Wimmer? Carl Wimmer was one of the most right-wing state legislators in the country. He introduced a measure in the Utah state legislature to have a state handgun. So we have a state handgun now. He's like a rabidly right wing, and he was kind of like a Ron Paul ally of sorts, I would say, is kind of where I would place him. And anyways, he ran to be one of our representatives, and he was eventually beaten out by Mia Love, who you may have heard of. And I did not like him. In fact, I helped Mia Love specifically because I did not like Carl. and yeah, so he lost. And after that, he was disgraced. But then somebody said, hey, come down to Nevada. Here, the Ron Paul supporters, we have taken over the GOP in Nevada, and we want you to be our leader. So he moved down to Nevada to take over the Nevada GOP, and then it turns out that that wasn't actually what was going to happen. So he announced all of this stuff and said all this stuff, and it was like a trick. And so then he looked really, really dumb. And then he started to get really upset by the local Utah politics, because what would happen is he would want to, vote no on immigration. And the LDS Church has a little bit of a mixed feelings on the immigration thing, because there's a lot of members that they get that are Hispanic. So they kind of are in support of, what we say, amnesty kind of measures. And he didn't like that. So he actually left the LDS Church. And when he left, all of his supporters in Utah, completely turned on him. Okay, so that's Carl Wimmer. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and the number we're looking for is... Oh, geez, I don't have it up. Okay, well, we moved up. But not above 13.
Uzi Knesset says wow.
Not above 13. Okay, so hold on a second here.
Wimmer Kevin says okay in short. Kevin Wimmer greater than Carl Wimmer.
Yes.
I had a YouTube username. Don't know why YouTube changed it to my real name. Whatever was too lazy to change it back. Had the name I am also using in Discord.
So
Uzi Knesset says look at that retracement of the NFP bar ha ha ha.
Right. Okay, so we were expecting 49 and we got 48.3. So the number was bad, but only by a little bit. I'd still say that's a pretty negative number. Construction spending month over month, spot 5 versus expected spot 2. That's good. Somebody is sticking a 7K order at 09, and I think that you would want to buy that, but it's already too late. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Okay. The ISM manufacturing prices was 45.5 versus 50. That's probably why they're buying it so much, and the E-mini's not actually going down hard. Okay, so we could think about buying it here somewhere if they gave us a good spot. I don't know about 11.5, guys.
Winston's mom says Carl Wimmer after the experience, he said he and his wife, Sherry, decided he should return to law enforcement. Wimmer was a police officer in West Valley City in South Jordan. Winston's mom says before he ventured into politics, he also operates a business offering weapons training. Uzi Knesset says Lordy Lord, our stock portfolio is banging today, haha.
So this is, if they're reading into the construction spending number, that's going to be really funny, because everybody was pumping up that ISM number so much. The ISM number was bad. The E-mini is moving up. The treasuries are moving up. I think it's because there was, well, I don't know. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Because if the construction spending number is higher than expected, that actually means that there's more housing buying activity expected in the future than was expected, and that's actually negative for bonds. Well, they're retracing back to this 09, so there's going to be a bunch of people probably at 09.5 looking to buy it there. Okay. Only 1,000 to make a go offer. Now they're going to try and hit this 09. Let's see what happens. I might, oof. Okay. Well, they're still fighting it at 09.5. So for now, it's... I could put something like this in here, maybe. Oh, okay. I don't like that. No! Come back and fill me! Gosh dang it! Ugh. Okay. They might go through it, but I didn't expect there to be an iceberg there. I didn't like that. I'd still be biased short, but there shouldn't have been an iceberg there. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, interesting. And the E-mini kind of is a little overdone. I don't know. This action's a little weird, folks. Are they going to make another little swing up? Okay. See, it's a 6K iceberg too. I'm kind of thinking, I mean, we've seen the big orders here a few times, right? We saw one where it they used it to flip. And then we saw another one. Where was the other one at? I was before this news, right? Oh, I have to like really scroll out to even see. Good grief. I think that other one was somewhere around 09. And then that one they pushed through. So now you're getting this thing where they're looking for you to see it fail, and then he wanted to get filled. Well, it did go lower. I don't know. I think that when the iceberg was there, that it kind of invalidated the trade for me. So even if it goes down more, I still think that I traded that correctly. But if you wanted to take on a little bit more risk, which me in this action, I'm not a little nervous still. I think the one was okay. And honestly, it was like, how much did I lose out on? I lost out on...
Winstanzamom says Mercury goes retrograde in Scorpio, 27:038 inches on October 31st, 2019 at 3:41 p.m. Universal Time, 11:41 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time and 8:41 a.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Speculators set the planets are going backwards from our perspectives. Wimmer Kevin says so they just used the increased volume during the bad PMI number to just buy the S and push to new highs?
I don't know.
That's why I don't like trading news. Too dumb to interpret them right.
Sometimes the reaction doesn't make sense. The thing is that in this situation, the numbers are a little bit of a wash. Well, I would say that they're a buy, but the initial read was very much, where did it come out at? 8, 8, 8. Here was 8. Huh. See, they pushed it up going into the news, and then the initial read was a sell. It retraced, and then since that time, we've fallen down a couple of times. See, the treasuries, well, and the E-mini is moving up. So overall, they seem to be reading it as a risk-on move.
Wimmer Kevin says, well, weren't number considered below 50 bad?
Yeah.
It was better than the last, but worse than the expectation.
Yes, exactly. The last was 47.8. We were expecting 49. We got 48.3. But like a 0.3 difference is pretty close. It's actually closer to the estimate than normal. So I don't know. That's why like that number to me is kind of a wash. So like ISM is kind of a wash. Construction spending, dovish, I would read as that. And manufacturing prices 45.5 versus 50 expected, dovish. So you would think up. And yet, so far, the price action has been down in the treasuries because of risk on. And why is the E-mini buying? Because they think that the Federal Reserve is going to be dovish? I don't know. Like the whole thing doesn't make sense, right? And then we had a spoof.
Wimmer Kevin says, wait, do I have wrong numbers? It missed by 0.6, not 0.3 on my site.
Yes.
48.3 versus 48.9.
Yes. No, you're correct. My estimate was 49.
Wimmer Kevin says using the investing news calendar.
Yeah. So on mine, they missed by 0.7. But I'm just saying missing by 0.7 is not a huge miss. Or I guess beat. It's not a huge beat. Oh no, wait, it is a miss. 48.3, that's less. It's not a huge miss. I don't know. Anyways, there was the huge bid there that caused them to really move up. They came back, they went through it, and then since they've been through it, absorption. Crazy absorption in here. 10,000 contracts absorbed at 08. And even more, well, not even more, but 48.80 at 07 and 8,000 buying at 07. And overall cumulative delta negative by about 20,000 contracts. Huh. I think I did the right thing by taking it off at the 1, though. I'm lucky. I was really scared that they were going to start moving against me, and I was like, no, I want my 1 tick. Damn it. Yeah, 16K at '07.
Wimmer Kevin says well don't like any market action right now, guess we'll be happy with 70 in natural gas for the day.
I don't like any market action right now, so I guess I'll be happy with 7 ticks in natural gas. So how much is a tick in natural gas? There's like $10, right? In oil, that's $10.
Wimmer Kevin says yeah $10 like crude oil.
Cool. Well, good job. Luke Nuke says if it stays within this range, it's going to be hard to make a read. Yeah, well, isn't it interesting that we had all of this crazy action towards the later half of this week, and then we all said, well, let's look to Friday because this NonFarms payroll and everything else could give us a really big clue to what the next steps are. And now we come here to the end of it all, and it's less clear now than it was before the news. This is amusing. You know what, guys? Even though we did get a little bit carried away there for a bit, I think I've had more fun today than I've had in months. This was great. I got a good trade, 2 good trades, and you guys were effing hilarious. We got to talk about a couple of fun things, and the market is just incredibly interesting. Man, this is so weird. Madmen on Twitter, 38 minutes saying, I put a trade in, wake me up in 2 hours, I'll be up 2 ticks. Let's see here.
Wimmer Kevin says normally would look for a lawn in the S around 60, but really not confident.
Oh, that's funny. So I sent a message to I replied on one of Cat Turd's threads on Twitter saying you really should stop arguing with them. I think that they're just trying to troll you to try and get you banned. A bunch of people responded to that. They do that. I'm still waiting for the Twitter police to come get me. Long and ES around 60, huh? Well, what would be a new all-time high? Are we already at a new all-time high? Oh my gosh, they're at an all...
Mom says Fun Friday with Speculator Seth, and speaking of Fridays, the inevitable happy hour, a vegan, a Bitcoin trader, and somebody who didn't vote in 2016 walked into a bar. Who tells you about it first?
Oh my gosh, that is the best joke I have heard all year when that was effing awesome. Oh man, a vegan, a Bitcoin trader, and someone who didn't vote in 2016 walk into a bar. I think if this wasn't a joke, probably the Bitcoin trader tells you first.
Wimmer Kevin says yeah, they were right below all-time high before the news and used to increased volume to just push through it.
Right? The E-mini action is weird, but they're giving me topping signs.
Wimmer Kevin says asterisk they, lol, my brain is failing.
So do you see here in my ES chart, if I zoom in?
Uzi Knesset says long 02 in ZB.
Oh, why do I have two of these open? See that? And big
Rick Wheelband
participation
says if
by
person
big
who
orders.
didn't vote as Hillary Clinton, it would be her that says it first.
She
Uzi
definitely
Knesset
voted.
says stop it B.
Stop at break even. Where did you take it from, Uzi? Did you take it short at 12? Or sorry, 20. I guess it would have been like around 20.
Uzi Knesset says 6102.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Uzi Knesset says long, bailed at 04 though.
But yeah, the E-mini is showing me topping, so it's pushing that, but that is usually a reversal in ES.
Uzi Knesset says sorry, did it really fast.
Look at that at 07.
Uzi Knesset says only one contract, so not a home run or anything.
I'm going to take it sim, right? I'm not getting a strong enough read in the treasuries to take a live trade, but I am getting this thing in the E-mini, and there's all this volume in here and everything. There's something fishy going on, so I'm going to take one sim. Bada boom.
Greg Orlovsky says this is a weird comment. Feds Kaplan, a big part of global growth is sand in the gears of the global trading system, which won't change soon.
He's right, though. If the United
Uzi
States...
Knesset says screens.
Oh, I'm sorry. If the United States and China made a trade deal, global growth would be going crazy. Think about it. A trade deal would be so beneficial for the United States because China has really been cheating. And if China started playing nice with everybody, it would really be beneficial for them in the long run, I think. That would just be more trade with everybody. And it's been holding global growth back for 2 years. We've been able to handle it, but it's been holding growth back. And if all of those guys suddenly let loose, and then you have the added benefit of the U.S. economy is improving because the overall trade balance is better, man, you're going to see, I really think that you could see 4 or 5% growth in the United States. You could start seeing these crazy double-digit growth numbers in China and India again. I mean, really, if they let it go. But I don't know why China's so stubborn. I don't. To me, as an American, these issues are just like no-brainers. Like, yeah, we should be fair on trade. We shouldn't steal from people. We shouldn't force companies to be taken over by the Chinese government. Like, these are all like no duh. But for some reason, these are like no deals for China. So whatever. Whatever. Well, I think I got the trade that I wanted, but now I'm wondering if there's going to be continuation or not. The E-mini dropped, but it didn't drop like a ton, but that was definitely what moved them. Two ticks down.
Wimmer Kevin says big absorption on 58.50, would have loved to try a long around there, but really no confidence after the news.
Yeah. I would be a little careful with the longs now, because when I get a spike like that and they turn, that's usually like they're going to get a full swing. So, I don't know. Look at it come back that quickly, huh?
Uzi Knesset says OO line in the sand for ZB.
Interesting. They're creating a very strong chop zone here now.
Uzi Knesset says buyers are trying real hard there.
This is... I should...
Wimmer Kevin says they broke the M1 range low and absorption below instead of pushing through. I guess if it hadn't been for the news it would be a clear long setup for me, with target daily high.
Yeah. But you know what, though, Kevin? Like, a lot in the treasuries, if you're talking about treasuries, a lot of that long was probably them buying into it before the manufacturing news. So I would probably discount that a little bit.
Wimmer Kevin says not talking about S.
Oh, you're talking about S. Yeah. No, so I kind of understand what you're saying now a little bit better. Yeah, because in ES it's gone so far. That seems like that they were going to try and close on strength on a Friday, but it looks awfully sketchy, especially with the way that the treasuries are trading. It looks to me like the treasuries want to buy, but can't because of the risk on an ES. So this trade might not work out. Well, I think it worked, but I don't think that I managed it correctly. I should have taken the plus... what did I get? I got +4. I should have taken that.
Wimmer Kevin says 58.50 to 58.25 absorption and was able to hold the volume step.
Yeah. See, look, they're just wiggling it. So they try and chop it back up the other way, and the seller says no. Now they can try and push through them. 5-year ticked up.
Uzi Knesset says yo, if you look at your footprint chart, try and catch those X0s at the highs and lows as a low risk sweet spot for scalping. Tough plays though.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, I've been watching those, and I've been noticing that within a 15-minute period, I think that's one of the things that's helping me a lot lately, is looking at that footprint chart and saying, in a 15-minute period, there's almost always a 0 at the top and bottom of that. Almost always. So if you can predict where those are actually going to be, you could make a good 4 ticks every 15 minutes. But that's a tough one. Iceberg at 06. And did the knob spread move up?
John Rodriguez says 15 chart is looking like a turnaround for S.
Yeah.
Uzi Knesset says I do 20 minutes on the footprint. It's the same there too.
You do 20 minutes on the footprint. John, that is what I was seeing. I posted there in the Discord that around 3062 area I saw a reversal. And I don't know if it's going to full swing down or what, but
John Rodriguez says MACD is weakening.
And the MACD is weakening. Well, the CCI is going down too. The
John
CCI
Rodriguez
is in negative
says
yet.
RC is overbought. Uzi Knesset says yeah, since the RTH opens at 8:20 my time I settled on 20 minutes footprints.
But all I'm saying is the level 2 said that they couldn't make it through there. Because what happened was you started to see a lot of activity and a lot of big guys came in and price wasn't moving. That means that a lot of people took orders there and it's going to move away from that area. Now that we're trading down a little bit, they're all going to chase it or get stopped out. So yeah, I see the ES is short-term down. I don't know how far down they're going to go. I mean, the thing is they had this huge move up. So like they could frankly go all the way down to 3054 and still, later in the day push up to the, the high. But the treasuries still look confused. They're just trying to shake people out of trades right now.
Winstan's mom says, aren't we all?
Are we all confused? I don't know. And until that 4-tick winner that I'm in right now came back on me, I've had a really good read today, haven't I? But that one just did not. When something like that happens, that says to me that there's no...
Uzi Knesset says I know I am, lol, all the time.
There's no fundamental position, or at least if somebody has a fundamental position, that they're not revealing it right now. They're just trying to stop people out of trades. This is a chop zone. It's like an 8-tick chop zone.
Winstan's mom says yes, you have done quite well today and all 20 watching now should please hit like to agree.
Oh, thank you. While we're at it, just want to mention one more time, I helped the guys over at Optimus Futures write an article. If you're interested in level 2 activity and you don't know much about it, that would be a really great article to read. And I would encourage you to go over there, read that, and then if you have questions, ask questions. So they're trying to build a little bit of a community out there, and I would like to see some more comments on it, see how that kind of goes. Probably next time I need to write the article a little bit differently, in a way that encourages more conversation. But yes, but we got a little bit going on over there. So if you haven't checked that out, do that. Man, somebody stopped out of something, and now is it going to reverse or is it going to stop my sim trade out? Iceberg at 05. I know. They seem to be trying to trade the E-mini, though. And what else? There's another thing. Oh, yeah. And then I have a Patreon. Link is in the video description. On the Patreon, I post charts of Bitcoin that include my my model that estimates what Bitcoin price, the range of Bitcoin price based on underlying value, that is extremely good at identifying buy and sell areas. It's predicted every big crash, every big buy. Hasn't given us a big buy yet, but I hope someday it will. And if it does, I think you could profit off of that. And if not, then
Anthony
you're helping the
Monroe
channel
says,
anyways.
hello, Seth.
So.
Did you see BitMEX leaks?
BitMEX leaks. No. What is that? What happened? I did see the stuff yesterday about Bitfinex, them saying now Bitfinex saying that they are the victim of fraud, which was kind of funny. Let's go on Reddit and see if I find anything interesting.
Anthony Monroe says €5.49 from Anthony Monroe.
Oh, thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate it. We're gonna buy a new camera when we get the next pay from Google. So, well, not a new camera. I have the camera, but the way to connect the camera into the computer. So I appreciate it, dude. They're gonna stop me out of this. Well, there's a reason why I took it sim. Oh man. Okay, so what were we doing? Reddit.com/r/BTC. Let's see if there's anything. Did I see anything about BitMEX? BitMEX ... What the fuck? Okay, so somebody says take your Bitcoin and run last day for withdrawals. That can't be real. What did the Reddit commenters say? Source crypto deleted. What is this? BitMEX security breach.
Winstanzamom says thank you, Anthony Monroe, and hello. Holler if you need any help on the channel or finding information or have any questions.
I now
Anthony
have.
Monroe says game over BitMEX. Wimmer Kevin says they can't stop you out if you have no stop. #big brain time.
You guys are on one today. Ugh, freaking hilarious. Well, they stopped me out of it. Did it give me -4? Yeah, it gave me -4. It's funny, both of my sim trades were losers. But then, oh, I need to hide that. You didn't see that. And then when we show everything, I made 5. Man. Hey, Anthony, thank you big time for coming in and notifying me about that. That is, I don't know if they're real, though. Okay, hold on. So let's come back to here. BitMEX, what's going on? Apparently, their Twitter got hacked and 30K email addresses exposed. Okay, so they're saying that somebody hacked their Twitter and posted that.
Winstanzamom says Twitter Prime XBT 54 minutes ago due to the recent massive #BitMEX data leak. All affected users who are also registered at Prime XBT under the same email address. Winstanzamom says are kindly advised to change their passwords as soon as possible. Additional info on security measures.
So the fact that they have all of the if people are actually confirming that email addresses were taken, is mine in there? What's your email? Yeah. The last name on the account is endclap. So here are people saying, look, I have the leak.
Says, geez, I am so glad I don't mess with Bitcoin.
What a disaster. What a disaster. How is Bitcoin not down 1,000 points already? It's at 9160. That is... Well, maybe they hacked it, but maybe they don't have access to the wallet, so it doesn't matter? I don't know. It's weird. Also, this slight little move lower in the treasuries. So the sellers broke through it in the end, although the cumulative delta is still kind of flat, and I'm getting increased level 2 activity here in the 10-year. So after
Anthony
they stopped
Monroe
me
says
out, taxes, right? Well, the thing that's so interesting.
says, I told you all, Mercury in retrograde. According to the astrologers, computers go wonky. Expect outages and the loss of our precious social media during this backwards in time movement. Do.
Okay. Well, I will take it under advisement. I will be watching out for that. Big I can't believe that Bitcoin is not down further. But I don't think that
Jay
the whales...
Constance says last time Binance was hacked, Bitcoin pumped.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a good point, isn't it, Jay Constant? But didn't they sell first and then it pumped? But the thing is that they've been using BitMEX to pump it, so maybe that's why price isn't moving. But if the exchange is still just going like normal, it could just be email leaks and not be any more damage than that, right? Could be wrong, but 30,000 unique emails in total, 67% use Gmail.
Winstanzamom says a Twitter account was also created today called BitMEX Database Leak at BitMEX Database 1. It has been leaking information all day on user IDs and their real identities, supposedly.
Is it telling us anything about... Okay, so let's go. Here's his...
Winstanzamom says one tweet sent out claimed to be the email of Tonevase and his personal email address, which has been verified by checking the archives at Cointelegraph. Winstanzamom says Telegram groups are also reportedly popping up that share details of the leaked email addresses. Thus, it seems that the theory that BitMEX was compromised in some way has some legs.
The first 4 accounts belong to BitMEX employees. The question I want to know is, who is Jinming Xiao, and why have we not heard of him before? Jinming, your affiliate code is ZZV8SR. Now you know I am saying the truth.
Winstanzamom says according to some, BitMEX's community manager was fired and is responsible for the tweets claiming that the exchange was hacked.
Huh. Well, the whales don't seem to be freaked out yet. So maybe this just blows over. But clearly kind of goes into what I've been saying, that the whales are going to want to try and pump it as high as they can before the end of the year to take your end of year profits for taxes. So we're still kind of in a pump area, but that whole thing is interesting. We will monitor this throughout the day. I think it can stick around I want to see this resolve a little bit more, so I think we can stick around for another 20 minutes and then I got to get off. And
Jay Constance says suddenly Binance offer $50 for new users.
What? Well, man, I don't know. But again, the thing that I think is funny is that, like, if you wanted to pump it, right, or if you wanted to sell the crap out of it and freak everybody out, you would use BitMEX, right? So if BitMEX is the one that's hacked, then how are you going to move it? But I don't think that they've stopped trading over at BitMEX, right?
Winstanzamom says speculator Seth, what is on your gym schedule for today?
Oh, don't go to the gym on Friday. It's like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I skipped yesterday because it was Halloween. Saturday, I don't know. I usually don't look at it until the day of, because then it like psychs you out. You're all thinking, oh man, I really don't want to do those sets of 10 squats you know, and then it messes with you. So I just don't pay attention until I get to the gym usually. Well, they're selling it. So I need to look at the bigger chart here. Well, they're going down. I don't know. I just don't trust this action. I don't think I'm going to take another trade today. They're waiting for me to sell it. Look at them. Look at them stacking at 0.2 half. So him having to stack 4 ticks before 130 is not bullish. Or sorry, it is, that doesn't make me confident in the trend. Why would he do it there? Wouldn't you want to wait until it got down to here, where there's been some balance, and then try and use your liquidity to try and cream people? And look, he put a spoof out, but they bought it. So people are already calling him on the bluff. Well, I guess you would have to sell, but you know, this is like one of those things now where it's like, okay, so in the end, they decided that this is a sell. How far can they go? Sounds like a child is up and has woken up the birds. Digital shot, still more heavy orders on the sell side. Yeah, it was about 5K short overall delta. Still relatively, well, it's moderate volume. It was only 10% negative delta. So that's the one of the wild things to me, is that it's not, the imbalance isn't that much. So have we seen that before elsewhere? I guess 10% is actually a decent amount. Alligator says PP stop. So is it going to reverse up now? They're waiting for me to buy it on Sim so they can. Guys, this is interesting. But the funny thing is, if we move up, by the way, did I get, hold on a second, yes I did. You guys are probably saying stuff and I'm ignoring you because the bot just got screwed over. Okay. Oh man, I missed a ton of stuff. Trust your instincts or intuition. If trading now feels wrong, just trust your instincts. Also take note of whether your tummy tightens when something feels wrong. Oh, I hate that feeling. This is how you use your intuition in information processing. A gut hunch means your brain is processing any less than what it's telling you. Ace says looking at 58.75 for a short. Okay. Which is where it's at right now. Our intuition works great except when it doesn't have limits. Yeah. Trading is way past human intuition. The problem you got to remember is that everything in trading is designed to take advantage of your human propensities. So your emotions and your instincts and everything else like that, they're totally looking to mess with it. It's like the rock, paper, scissors thing, right? If it was intuitive, everybody would do it and be wealthy. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it. I mean, it seems to be suggesting that they're going to reverse. And I'm a bit mathematically challenged, so I understand. However, after I finish Jung's The Red Book, we will talk again. Freud's theory of the horse. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think that I have found that one of the easiest ways to kind of explain things is it's a metagame, right? It's like rock, paper, scissors. And you have this game going on where people like to use rock. So they'll make it look like they're doing rock, paper, scissors like this. And they're going, oh, I'm going to do a rock. Oh, no, actually it was paper. They're doing that sort of a game with us. That's why like that 4 ticker that I caught that I was really happy with, right? That was what it was, is I saw the signal, and instead of trying to predict what he was trying to do, I waited for it to resolve itself first, and then when I saw it fail, then I took it. And you can kind of tell when they do something, it's like, okay, here was a signal, it was a good signal last time. This time, it's probably going to fail just because of that. Just because of that. But they are giving me like they're going to reverse it hard. It's early, Seth. Wait, what? Oh, I was getting my Uber. Yeah, so Anthony, I definitely see what you're talking about now. I'm a little perplexed as to why it has not affected price, but it appears to me that this was a leak of user account details, and so far is not a leak of anything that can actually affect positions yet. But who knows? Maybe he causes more chaos. Pretty crazy story though. And the stuff that guy is putting out there is kind of makes you wonder about a few things too. So if you take the golden reversal at 03 half perhaps. see here. Suddenly my cat wants to trade. I'll send you. Yeah, put it on Facebook. Oh, you know what? By the way, I'm free tonight if you're free. You text me. I did not. I wish I had known this earlier, but otherwise I would have said something sooner. But I guess my wife's not going to be home until like 9:30. So, but that might just mean, you know, like recording time and stuff. I wonder if the kids, because the kids are going back to their dads. I wonder if they're not going to be around on Saturday. Then I could record a ton of videos, maybe. 4 or 5 steps ahead by what's called pre-acting versus led by heart of the moment. Yeah. How many wars did the samurai win? Samurai would learn to anticipate all possible outcomes by being. Oh, you were 9 minutes delayed? How did that happen? That's weird because we changed 2 things. So if you refresh it and everything, you should only be like maximum 5 seconds, if that. Although I was delayed because my little robot reader voice thing, after 2 hours, it runs out of requests. And I sent a request into Google to get it increased. I haven't gotten anything back. Maybe I missed? Oh, wait. Hey. YouTube API services. Thank you for your submission. They rejected it. That is dumb. Your code extension request has been rejected based on the information you provided due to the following reasons. The information provided is insufficient for us to review your request. Incomplete form, unclear answers, etc. The project number provided is invalid. To find the project number associated with your client, follow the steps provided here. Do not reply. You can complete and submit this form to reapply. And it's the same huge fucking stupid, you know, I'm so mad. Yeah. And I gave them the right number. This is dumb. They're Google. They know who I am. And you have to be logged in to send it. Like, I shouldn't even have to tell them which project it is. This is dumb. That it's dumb that the YouTube API is that unresponsive anyways. I wonder how Restream does it. And how, what is it? Anyways. A private army of patented AI algorithms and the weapons of choice in modern combat would be users' datasets. Ugh. Wait a minute, I don't even own the cat. Who was that kid? So a cat came into your house and tried to submit some trades and then ran off. Maybe it was the late reincarnation of Jesse Livermore. Picture on your phone? Wait, did you send it to me on Facebook? No, I don't see it. Oh, no, I did get it. I'm so mad that they rejected it. That's a cat for sure. A long-haired cat. It's not very good. It's not the best picture. It just takes texts. Just take a little bit longer. Well, I want to see this long go. 03 is where probably your best spot to get in. How did I not? Okay. Follow the steps provided here. And I click. I do not consider you dismissive. I find the samurai fascinating. My grandfather was at the court of Emperor Meiji. He served as the American Army surgeon for the court. Yeah. I guess the whole point is just that it's going to do something counterintuitive to us people. And once you start to kind of get that meta game engaged, you can start to make better reads. Like the thing is if you do what your gut says, then you're going to be right maybe like 20% of the time. If you start to try and play the rock, paper, scissors game, then you can get to the 50%, which is what we did today, right? It was kind of like, I can look at places where I can see that somebody's doing something and it's giving a strong signal. And based on the metagame, I know that doesn't make any sense. So I wait for him to fail and then I take it. And those are really high probability trades. Sometimes so good like that you wouldn't even get filled on it, but best analogy is Freud's theory of the horse is our basic instinct for safety and survival. The rider is our eager who leads the horse, but the horse goes where he wants to go regardless. Yeah, I don't know. But you definitely like have to rely on stats and stuff and like, because the other thing is and this is the big one. If I was going to tell like somebody was starting trading and they were, they wanted to figure it out on their own and everything, which is, the way you want to do it. The thing that I would tell them is you've got to keep detailed statistics on things, because the way that the market behaves, they will hide the edge in places that your human brain will never think to look. And it'll be sitting there staring you right in the face, but you'll never see it. If you start to take the stats and you say, okay, I saw this weird behavior here, it continued or reversed, it went this many ticks against me, it went this many ticks for me, it took this long, and all of that sort of a stuff, then you can start to parse that data out and you can say, oh, what's happening is it's pushing and it'll always go 2 ticks in that direction and then reverse. And because I was always looking for it to do that thing in that one exact spot, I didn't realize that I should wait for it to come up 2 ticks and then take the trade, right? That's the sort of thing that it does. Or they say, hey, most of the time this fails, but when it works, it makes so much money that it's worth taking every time. These sorts of things. That's how they hide it from you. So you've got to rely on the stats. All of the stuff that your human brain is good at seeing are basically going to be traps. Guys, I'm so mad at Google. Go and yell at Google for me. Dare Google API. You guys suck. How does Streamlabs do it? How do they get it? The Streamlabs is pretty quick. My grandma used to do Amelia Earhart's true. This is not true, making the joke at the expense of her messy hair. What? Bro, the production quality is so sick now. Hey, thank you. You're talking about like the one-off videos. So I'm pretty. Once we got that camera, man, I'm so glad I got that camera. Well, we bought it for the kids. That was the funny thing, was that I was like, well, I think that at some point I should get a camera, so I should start looking for it. And my wife had already been doing this for weeks, and she already knew exactly what camera she wanted and everything. And it's just a Canon T6i, so it's not like anything super special, but it's not like 4K or any of that. But it's so much better. And then, I do the editing and the color correction and everything. It looks really nice. And then we changed the thumbnail today. I hope that the thumbnail We'll see if today, I wanted to change it for yesterday, but today will be a better test anyways. We'll see if more people click on it because of the thumbnail. Because the theory is that if people see a picture of multiple screens and DOMs on the screens, that they'll be more interested in it as live trading. Ace Trades, when I be trading with you and on Speculators' channel, I will make our first $1 million in a month, and I will take us and Miss is Ace Trades to Paris for artichokes and dancing. Oh, there you go. That would be great if you make $1 million. Oh man, you might, if you want to make $1 million, maybe you should look at options. That's I promised, once upon a time, I promised if I won a bicycle at the movie theater, I would give the bike to my friend. I won the bike and I gave her the bike. Oh, what? Really? That's so nice if you win. I would never tell somebody that. I'm a man. Oh gosh. Oh, you know what? So yesterday I was watching this video. And it was called Man Scripts, and it was this redhead guy. And it was like anytime that he would encounter a sticky situation with his girlfriend/wife, he would pull out of his pocket these scripts, and then he would read from the script. And she's like, she comes home and she's like, "Hey babe, how was your day?" It's like, "Oh, I got all of this stuff." And he's like, "So how much did you spend?" And she's like, "Well, I bought 20 outfits and spent about $200, but it was all on sale, so I actually saved more like $35. And then I'm triggered. Like, listen, my wife is not, I mean, she likes to spend, but she's not the kind of person that has trouble controlling herself or anything. She will definitely, like, if she's feeling down, you can take her to the store and buy a little thing and she'll feel better. So it's not like that thing's not going there, but it's not like I don't trust her with the money, right? We hardly spend anything, and I am such a miser, right? So even with her being as frugal as possible, I still will go through the statements and be like, "Why, we spent this much on this and this much on this? I don't know about that." And then in the video though, he pulls out the script and he's like, "It's perfectly reasonable to spend $200 to save $35 and all this." I was so triggered. It's like, no, it's totally not okay to spend $200. What the hell is wrong with you? If you do not eat your Veggie Tales, then please supplement and eat more fruit. $3,500. Geez, even when we were in the 1%, I never spent that kind of money. Yeah, right. Love me some artichoke. I hate man. Artichokes makes your piss smell. Oh, I'm sorry to be so crude, but oh. Digital Short said he tried to short at 03 and it went up. Context not that good for this golden signal today, except it's Friday. I want to see a short failing before fading. Yeah, I don't know. Digital Shot saying that he should have listened to what I said, but it's not like I took the trade, so you might still have something valid there. Oh, you're right. Artichokes are different from asparagus. Trying a late long at 4, thin ice, no follow through. Oh, we got 04. That's good job, alligator. So I was seeing this go, well, it's after 9 o'clock, so it's actually probably time for me to quit, huh? Your animals are going crazy. I know, right? Oh my gosh, a Null Monkey. So your name is Null Monkey on the Discord, right, Jonathan? That's my recollection, correct, right? You should. I don't know if you were listening earlier, but we were talking about. I can't even remember his name now. We were talking about another trading channel that you might find entertaining. So, because he's always posting me things like, "Look at this," and this scam and this scam and this kind of funny things. He sends me funny things on Discord. I love it. That's great. And, you know, comments on the videos. Yeah, you're gonna have to rewind and watch the video. It was around, well, it was before the news. So when you're watching the video, it'll be when it says between 7:30 and 8:30 on my clock was when it happened. Maybe if I get some time, maybe I'll try and like, I don't know. Oh, I didn't record it. I need to like do the side-by-side record so that I don't have to re-download the video and then try and edit it. Because I want to try and teach my wife how to edit the videos. So I don't know if it's her thing, but you know, we'll try it because she's going to have a little bit of extra free time. And I think that would be really good for the channel. I hope your weekend is as much fun as all you in this channel. I do too. You have a good week, Win. We'll be back on Monday, and it'll be November, and I bet you we're probably still going to have some interesting trade. So, what a day. I don't know. Well, yeah, it's November now, but we're not getting really like the start of the month trading like we normally would get. You know what I mean? Like Monday is like the real start of the month. Maybe. Although it might be a weird one because probably a lot of people already did all of their buying and hedging because all of that stuff that happened on Thursday freaked them out. We'll see. There is some news next week too, right? Let's see here. Before we go, let's look at what we got on the docket. November 3rd. Nothing significant. Factory orders, late news. And then trade balance, ISM non-manufacturing PMI, another late. Oh, you know what? It's probably giving me the wrong times because of daylight savings time, maybe. I don't know. It says that it's 9:10. Okay. So, but it's still giving me the wrong times because it will be daylight savings time then, and so then this will be an 8 o'clock news. I think that's what's going on here. So at 6:30 on Wednesday, we got NonFarms productivity. On Thursday, just the usual, I guess. Oh, we got bond auctions. Okay, we got auctions. Oh, that's interesting. Auctions at the beginning of the month. Consumer sentiment on Friday. Well, it could be a tough week. It's not a super news heavy week, but all of this noise, this is going to be a tough call. Artichokes. Yeah, artichokes are what makes your pee smell. I hate that smell, man. Anyways, I better get going. I will see you guys all. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you haven't hit the bell icon. That's something that I would do on this channel because we're here every day, and it will make it a lot easier for you to find the channel when you come in to watch. So hit the bell icon. Check out the Patreon. And check out the article link that I have in the description. Let me know what you think about that. Leave a comment. You know, even if you don't have any questions, just leave a comment like, oh, this was a really great article. Or give me feedback because I want to know, like, stuff so that I can adjust the article that's coming out this next Thursday. So I would appreciate it. And that's it. I will see you guys Monday. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends.